So what we have here is have a 3 frame that I have a laying queen in. A fresh queen just started laying, and so the bottom box 108, there's no queen in there. They went queenless. Tried to put a frame in there, had a swarm cell on it. It looked like it had gotten torn down, and I put a grafted queen cell in there, which it looked like the queen emerged, but there is no queen sign in there, and it's been over a week. So what I've done is I've got the queen in the top inside an introductory cage, and there's actually a slot. I made this board that's on top of 108. There's a slot in there that the top box can sit on, and it's open into the bottom. So you have your choice. You could put a screen there, or you could do a newspaper combined. But I just set them on top because they're mostly nurse bees. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to open this up and get in there, check to make sure that the queen in the cage isn't being attacked, and then I will move that frame down into the bottom box for another day before I release the queen, unless it looks like they have already accepted her. So we're going to get in here, take a look, see what we can find out. Take our weight off the top. Open up the top box. Like I say, the queen is inside here, inside an introductory cage. She's in a big cage that I made to hold her so that the bees, and it looks like there's lots of bees up here. Looks like they come up from the bottom. Good sign. Let's take a look at our cage and see how it's doing. As you can see, it looks like the bees have accepted her. They're all over the cage like they're wanting to take care of her. See if you can see the cage there. And she's down inside there. So she had some eggs in there. She has eggs in there, she has brood in there, she has food in there. So she's taken care of, but it looks like the bees have accepted her. So let's take a closer look. She's right down in here. Actually, the bees have already gotten in there. So they must have dug underneath the comb to get inside. And she's walking around in there. They haven't killed her, so we're going to go ahead and take this top box off and release her down into the bottom. This off to the side. You'll be able to see the slot that I have cut in this box so that she can get down in there, or so that the bees can go back and forth between the top and the bottom to make an introductory cage for a smaller hive going into a larger one. I've got to find a hive or a frame that I can take out to replace with her frame. Which, like I say, there's brood on those frames that she's got, that she's on. There's a good food frame right there. Let's see if we got one we can take out from the outside. Make room for her to go in. This one's got some honey on it, but we'll go ahead and take it out. Move this over. All these frames have quite a bit of food on them. Let's see what we got over on this side. This one seems kind of light, and it's got some food on it, but we'll take this one out. Need 2 frames because she's got food on, brood on 2 frames. Now we'll set her down inside here for just a minute. Well, I get this other frame that has brood on it out of here. One frame is just an old comb that's in pretty bad shape. So you see this has got some cat brood on it. It's not from her. A little more cat brood over here and food. So we'll set this down in there as well. And these 2 frames were the ones that were with her in the box that she came out of. So we'll try to pull this cage off of her, and hopefully she won't go flying off. She's on the cage. Let's see if she comes off and goes on the frame. See her walking there onto the frame. One on the frame. She's still walking on the cage. There she goes. I'll drop that down inside. Keep her safe inside there. And as you saw, the bees were in no way aggressive towards her. So she's been accepted. Here's the cage that I made to protect her when I had her upstairs before the bees had accepted her, to keep her safe inside. But apparently they got underneath it anyway. So you can see what I did there. Cage that was set up for her. So she's accepted, she's inside. So we'll put our beetle trap back in there. And I need to go get my other top for this. So I had a honey super on top before, but without a queen, I needed to get my introductory box on there. So now I'm going to set the super back up on top. Take the rest of these bees off in there. Quite a bit cleaning up that comb, that frame. And knock those back off down into the bottom. Put our queen clear on, fire side down. Take this other frame off to the side. And they're not very happy. Put this on top here. And put the top on it. they are not happy at all. Hi, it's Rick. It's been a few hours since we finished this combination here. You can see that 108 now has the shallow super placed back up on top of it. It had been on top of the two supers on 102 here. And you can see that's a very strong hive, and they got a little bit aggressive when I took that super back off and set it back over on 108. But I think we have a successful adding the queen to a queenless colony. So they're looking good, and it looks like that she'll be able to keep on going from there. She already had some eggs that she had laid on the two frames that I put in there with her, so I think they'll do fine.